So it's Christmas time, everybody, but we've come to Portugal because, well, it felt like we needed to do some sort of end-of-term Christmas special. And I think this is the best place to do it because the weather's beautiful. This is Portimão, the amazing circuit you've seen in the Cayman launch and most recently in the BMW M3 launch. And I wanted to come down here with my favourite cars of the year. They don't necessarily have to be new cars or haven't been bought out in the last few months. They're just the latest, greatest things. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to test the cars. We're going to shoot a really long, lovely, involved film. But I also want to have some of my friends here. I want to be doing some cool things. I brought some buddies down, some people that have worked with us during the last year and a half, 2 years on our films. Largely because they can help and they're really good, but also because I want to say thank you. And we've got a really cool bunch of cars. Not too many. So really this is about having some fun. I don't want to draw conclusions too much. I don't want a winner and a loser. All of these cars are frankly winners in their own right. They're sensational machines. So here begins 3 days of fun. And I think if we have fun, then you get to see a fun film. Now tell me you wouldn't want to rag the hell out of that lot. You've got to see the way this thing starts. You turn the key, and that then goes into electric mode, and you turn the button to sport, and the engine fires. How good is that? I never tire of the coolness of the 918. So, to get a fast lap, I've got to be in hot lap mode, and then I've got to down the straight go from race hybrid to sport hybrid, because that apparently stalls the rear wing. That means I've got to turn one button and do one thing on a lap, and that's a bit daunting. Imagine being a Formula One driver. Bloody hell. Without a doubt, the most surprising of the crazy hypercars. Initially, you just get in it, and even in sport hybrid, it's like a bit of a mind trick because you push your foot onto the throttle and you expect the response of a normal internal combustion engine, and out of nowhere you get this thrust, but the thrust isn't proportional to the noise of the engine. The revs don't rise that much because you're just getting electric torque, which is of course silent torque. Now it starts to go. That's quick. I'm staggered at how far they came with this. When I first was exposed to it as a concept car, I just thought, what is Porsche playing at? It felt like it was a project that had been started by a previous boss of Weissach that the others didn't really want to finish. And then when I drove the finished car, I thought, well, I felt chastened. I felt that I'd been an idiot to doubt it. A lot of my colleagues who I trust, whose opinions I trust, really love this car now. And I have to say, I've done a few skiddies in it in the last couple of days, and it's even better than it was a year ago. Clearly they've done some work on the systems calibration for the chassis, and it just gets better and better. Hides its weight so well. Okay, over the start finish line. Let's go. So we're now into sport hybrid to stall the wing. Back into race. Hot lap. Systems are holding me back a bit there, but even so, just mighty. Trim it in, no problem. Just go up a gear early, use the torque to drag you out. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. To manage your braking distances, partly because the car's so heavy, partly because it's going so fast, and the traction on the way out. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Leave it in third here and just let the torque drag me up the hill, I think. There it goes. Systems are great. I'm just leaning on them. Kind of driving itself in some respects. It's got grip there. Mark Lee, what were you doing driving around the Nordschleife at the speed you were in this thing? Again, stay in third gear. Let the systems work for me. Boot the throttle on the exit. Wow. It's another world of thrust, even compared to the F12. Bit of oversteer it's managing for me there. Down the straight. Yeah, that's quite quick. It's just on a 156 dead. What a wappoon this is. Anyhow, got a race hybrid. Turn some of these things off. Can get quite lively. It's not a natural skid car, I'll give you that. Not a natural skid car. Because it hides its mass so well with the systems. And you have to be really, really careful with it. But I like that. I like the fact that I can't just get in it and be a complete wally in it, because it needs some respect. You can't just slide everything around, can you? That feels quite grown up. Blimey. Because even when you're sliding, it's trying to go forward at such a rate. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. But what you probably want to know is how fast is the 918 against something conventionally crazy fast like an F12? And while we're at it, what does an F12 do to a very fast hatchback like a Megane 275? This is the answer. Anyway, back to that beautiful Ferrari. You might remember the first time we drove the F12. We perhaps didn't treat it with the utmost maturity, but we're back at Portimao now. It's a different car, and we're going to do something more. No, we're not. No, we're not. Absolute balls to it. I'm going to just rinse it for a lap, see if I can wreck the tyres. Let's get on it. It's the best car, so you have to do just cool stuff with it. Oh my lord. That's just insane. Oh yes! Do you know what? I just think the F12 wins everything. It wins car tests, it wins every argument about everything ever. Speciale or F12? F12. F12 or a lot of money? F12. F12 or Heidi Klum? F12. Just mega. F12 leaping over a crest at 115 miles an hour, lighting up the rears in 4th gear. This is just a mighty car. Wow, what a thing. Technically brilliant, quiet, comfortable, a proper GT car, and then when you want it to, capable of abject hooliganry. Oh my lord, 740 horsepower. It's just utterly magnificent. And it's got traction and it's got balance. You can be neat and tidy if you want. What's it like down the straight? Numbers, numbers, numbers. That's 140 there, so that's gone beyond the GT3. 160. Yeah, we just did 170 down the main straight at Portimao. There's not many racing cars that can do that. What a thing, guys, what a thing. And this is why it's good me having my own little benign dictatorship here. Because if this was some sort of magazine democracy, then I would be forced to admit that the F12 wasn't new this year and it shouldn't be allowed an entry. But in my world, this is my show, so the F12 will always be invited. The only thing that can beat an F12 is another F12. It's going to be a long time before I can approach the F12 with any level of maturity. It's just atomic. It's just the most extreme, extraordinary motor vehicle. I come back to this analogy, it's just a great big M3. It's got the dynamics, the front engine, the rear wheel drive, the 740 horsepower. Oh, wow. No, it's done. We've done it. We've done the shots. All in the name of battle. Hard to explain how much abuse that tyre has taken, and it's just delaminated in a few parts, but that's done about 30 passes fully lit. That is remarkable. Well done. Oh, Pirelli. Here's a question for you. Would Aston Martin still be alive if the V8 Vantage, which was launched I think back in 2004, so 10 years ago, wasn't one of the prettiest cars ever made? I don't think they would be, but I love what the V8 Vantage has become. It's become the V12 Vantage S. This thing is spot on. So we've we've got a lot of power from this massive V12 engine, a relatively small body. This car sort of straddles the gap between the full, very expensive track monster and the very fast GT car. And Aston's take on it, I think, is really clever, because this is a lovely road car. You get it on a track, P0 Corsas, carbon ceramic brakes, it's got a lot of performance, and being front-engined, rear-wheel drive, it gives you options. It's a progressive car, you know, he says, doing that. I mean, it'll do that all day long, and it just sounds magnificent. And the motor is an absolute monster, just comes good from 3,000 RPM and revs out all the way to 7, and it's worth using all of those revs too. I've had 2 of these this year now, and both of them have had slightly sketchy limited slip differentials that seem to prefer going around right-handers than left-handers. I hope that's just a quirk of those 2 diffs. Oh, I really like this thing. There's no substitute for a beautiful V12, is there? No substitute for a V12. They're just great things. How do you drive this car? Well, you don't get too greedy with your entry speed. Get the speed off, classic slow in, fast out stuff, and then just ride the torque on the way out and manage the slide. And listen to that engine. Oh. We've got 3 damper modes. There's a special damper mode if you hold the button down that gives you a track setting that's really stiff. I'm actually not using that. I'm in the middle one, the sports setting. I prefer it around here. Brakes are great. She strolls on in a straight line though. That downhill braking zone in Portimao is something to behold. It's quite quick to be going sideways. Oh, what a machine. I love it. I absolutely love it. And what about the old 7-speed single clutch hydro whatever active paddle shifty thingy? Do you know what, it would be better with a manual, but once you're up and running, it doesn't matter so much, this paddle shifter. On the track it's at its best because the shifts are really quite crisp and fast, and in some respects it feels more natural than a DSG box, but on the road I think the car's a bit limited by it on the road. Yes, the cabin's getting too old and there's so much that you can criticise, and it's a hell of a lot of money. But if you want another front-engine, rear-wheel drive V12 car that looks as good as this, or probably not quite as good as this, you've got to buy an F12, it's double the money. Ooh. Yes. Well done, Aston Martin. I think this is a great, great car. Wish it had the optional bucket seats though. I'm falling out of these ones. It's got some torque though. This is the last long right-hander at Portimao. We go in 3rd gear. Well, it just sort of goes on and it goes on and yeah, it keeps going. So the slightly funked up, tricked up, very fast, very expensive, can go on a track car can be done in different ways. There's the Aston way, a bit more dignified. I gather Porsche do one as well. I think if the Queen ran Porsche Motorsport, and particularly the GT car program, she'd probably refer to 2014 as her annus horribilis. Non-UK viewers will probably not understand what I'm talking about. It's not been a good year. This car, bless it's not had an easy time. We know about that, so we're going to park that now because really it is sensational. Good point made by Paolo, who runs the circuit, who just had a squirt in it. He said, I'd driven one on the road and I was quite underwhelmed by it, but then on the circuit it just came alive, and it does really come alive on the circuit. that engine. Because in reality, this car is now so fast and the engine works at such high RPM, you need the space of the circuit to use it all. You just, second gear now, if I rev it out, I'm doing 74 miles an hour or something in second gear. So if you want to enjoy this engine, and you do need to use the revs to enjoy it, you've got to be so far up it. Chassis, mega. That four-wheel steering gives it an agility you don't expect. It just turns. Woo! Listen to that. 9,000 RPM, baby! Massive 305 section rubber out behind, but even then, and being rear engine, even with all that physics in the right place, if you just back it in a bit, you get all of this going on. I mean, it just feels so natural. What is it about these GT Porsches that makes them feel so natural when they get them into a slide? I know it's not big and clever and doesn't help lap time, but they just settle into this kind of hunkered down feeling, and anyone that owns one or has had the pleasure of driving one will know what I mean. So down this straight, wind it out. I'm in K's at the moment, 9, what's that, 240 odd, 250. Braking at the 250. I have to say, when we drove this against the Speciale at Anglesey, it was the braking performance of the Porsche that was surprising. Because you'd have thought, quite often Porsches struggle to get any weight over the front axle and grip, but this one did not at all. What a car. What a car. It's on the Michelins, this one. They can come with a Dunlop or a Michelin. I think I prefer the Michelin, actually. Gear shift. Would I be having more fun if I had a manual gearbox? I think I would, but around here I'm not missing it as much as I thought I would. And you can pull those little delicate slides, just inching out, or you can just be a complete wally if you want to. It's kind of up to you. Yes, 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 yes. There are no winners in this test, okay? No winners. But if there was to be a winner, I mean, maybe. I just really like this car. You could live with this like a Carrera S as well. It would just be so simple and enjoyable. It feels great around this circuit as well, all this elevation. And it's still very 911. You just back off the throttle into a corner and you'll get that little rotation that helps you on your way. What an engine. What an engine. So if you just back it in now, you just get a bit of rotation there, catch it with the throttle, and then just ride it out. Eight to 9, pull a paddle, put bang. That is one of the most enjoyable things that you can do in a modern performance car. Mega, just mega.
Yeah.
So would you have that over that?
No.
No.
Definitely not. No,
No?
not the GT3.
Would you have the GT3 over everything?
No. 458 for me.
Would you?
Yeah.
You'd have the 458 over the GT3?
Yeah.
Is that because you're a bit...
Italian.
No, I was saying...
My manhood.
Yeah. I think a bright...
Hang on a sec.
a bright yellow Speciale just says... Gould. So Adam is the youngest here. He's a rally driver. He's quite handy actually. So which one would you have?
The one that wants to go least sideways actually.
Which is the... You like that one?
I love it.
You like that one?
The grip.
Okay.
But downtown the F12 all day long.
The F12 is cool, isn't it?
So
and
cool.
the motor on the
Super
F12?
740 horsepower.
But it doesn't feel as savage as I remember it feeling. But it's great fun.
We actually agree on nothing.
Yeah.
Normally I'd call rank here and say I'm right, but we're going to settle this another way. We're going to settle it the way lads on tour settle it, which is of course in go-karts. They're going down.
You want me to say that?
Yeah.
No, what's I going to say?
Do you know how wrong you look with that on?
I know.
You look like some sort of wrong with you. Sinister granny. Does anyone not like go-karting? the silly faces during the briefing, the first few yards trying to be sensible, then taking every corner flat chat and trying to elbow your mates into the dust. For the avoidance of doubt, I didn't win, but I was right about the Porsche anyway.
That was epic.
Why did you keep spinning?
Scandinavian. No excuse. Yeah. Started getting amongst it and I got punted off.
Who by?
This little man here. You did it all on your own, Neil.
On the track.
Well, we're nothing if not predictable, myself and Neil, because for our Christmas special, we managed to come back to exactly the same circuit that we tested the M3 originally on back earlier in the year, and the car is exactly the same colour and the same specification. I'm sorry about that, I couldn't really do much about it, but this M3 remains an enigma to me because so many people hate on it, and I mean really hate on it, and yet the more I drive it, the more I like it. In fact, some of the guys here are not enjoying the car at all. Let's see if we can explore it a bit more, because some of the comments I've read in other areas of the media suggest that it's really bad on track. But anyhow, I've got all the systems off. I've got the dampers in sport, not the very firmest, the in-between one. The steering's in sport. Let's just do this again. We've done this before, but let's do it again. So one of the comments is it's got a lot of oversteer on turn-in. Not feeling that really. I'm getting some oversteer on the exit because of the torque delivery, but it's an M3, I want that. Revs out beautifully, and also the noise. What is wrong with the noise? I think it sounds really good. Grip builds up the side of the car nicely. Revs out as well, I mean, God. Earlier on, I was just doing some sighting laps with the boys, and we went in this because it's the only four-seater we've got, really. And it just mows round at great speed. Okay, it does a bit too much of that, probably, for its own good. But that's part of the appeal, isn't it? The M3 hasn't been this sort of pure, lightweight, very analogue machine since about 1992, so maybe people need to just get over themselves, I don't know. Certainly if I was in the market for a car of this type, this would be the one I'd have. I mean, this motor, I'm up a gear now, down the main straight, 5th gear, woof! Look at that! I mean, K's, 220, 230, I mean, it's strolling on and braking hard down this hill. People have been complaining about the brakes, I think they're mega. No fade, pedals there with me, which is a bit oversteery there. Don't really expect that there. Oh, and the seatbelt tension has just got me as well, so I'm being garroted at the moment. What the M3 is, it's an old-fashioned thug of a car, and you just, if you just get on it, it'll do that straight away, okay? So, you have to be a bit patient with it. When the systems are off, just be a little bit patient, and where you think you can just snap the throttle open, just wait a little bit longer and it'll come to you. But for this type of car, it's a little kind of German muscle saloon. It's a bit more AMG in character than perhaps people were expecting, but I like that. I really like that. Oh, yes. Just a yobbo. It's a yobbo. It's a yobbo, yobbo, yobbo. But we like that in an M3, don't we? Keep going. Great engine, great chassis, great brakes, 4 seats, amazing styling. I have no problem with this car. It's ace. The more I drive it, the more I like it. But at this point, I'd like to make a suggestion. Many people ask me what it's like working with Neil. You don't see Neil much, do you? But Neil's kind of the man behind this stuff. And sometimes we argue because we're a bit like a married couple. We spend too much time with each other. And I reckon sometimes he should do the driving and I should do the shooting. And some people have asked me, what would it be like if you switched roles? So let's go and see what it's like. Neil, come and sit here, and I'm going to operate the camera. And let's just see how bad we really can be. Now I'm a cameraman, I've got to lump all the gear around, so I've got to go and pick the thing up. That's the first hassle, carrying stuff.
I shouldn't be carrying stuff. What? Are you supposed to... What? Huh? How do you carry all this stuff?
Got any idea what you're doing with that? I've got no idea what I'm doing with this.
Absolutely. And I know that...
I've managed to turn this on.
Also, you've thrown me completely, because the last time I used this, it had an autofocus then. Now it's got this big bloody grey thing on it.
This is not exactly autofocus. Go over that side.
Oh, mate, I'm in charge of this, not you. You just do it. I got the look.
Yeah.
The lens is too long. Right. How are you supposed to focus when you go through?
Okay, peeps. Come on.
Here we go, boys. What is he doing?
Is that one spectacular enough?
The
kids love the skin.
I can't actually do. Oh, there you are. There you are. Can you not do it?
Yeah, I got it.
Because I'm getting some stunning results here.
I got it. Then that was it.
Okay, wait there. Wait there.
Do you not see that?
No, wait there.
I just want you to catch the middle of the skid, magazine style.
Is that recording?
Yeah.
There you go. That's why when people ask why Neil doesn't do the driving and I don't do the shooting, because it's absolutely hopeless. We're a shambles anyway, but that was a shambles. Can we go back and finish the job?
Okay, one more run.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you all enjoyed that. That's how it's done. That's how it's done in Blenavon. Woo!
Now there's a bit of artistic license going on here because I don't quite see how this Megane Trophy R can be a part of my best cars of the year, or the last year and a half. I've never driven it before. But you know what, when Renault releases something called a Trophy R, I just have to get involved with it. I need to get involved with it. It is so special, always. So here it is, and it's not disappointing me at all. So we've got no interior at all. We've got 2 racing bucket Recaros, a steering wheel, 3 pedals, this snappy gear shift, some sticky tyres. It's a recipe for fun. This car is a riot. There's a lot of things that the expensive, premium, special manufacturers could learn from this car in terms of fun and adjustability. It's mega. Listen to that noise. It's all whooshes. There's a Krapovich exhaust out there and there's hardly anything in the back, so it just acts as like a speaker cabinet. And you just row it out. 6,500 RPM, pops and bangs from the exhaust, come over this crest, back it off. What's that? Sideways at 90 in a hatchback. Over the start finish straight. Okay, at this point, it loses out to the really big metal here. But I tell you, in terms of fun, over the last few days, I've had as much fun in this car as anything here. It is superb. Braking down here. You just decide, oh, I might just go a bit sideways there. The gear shift, look how fast I can shift in it. And also the downshifts, listen to these. Bangs, heel and toe. Just love it. Super sticky tyres, the standard, those Michelins. This is the car here that you just grab by the scruff of the neck and behave badly in. If I have one criticism, it's the brakes. Actually, the rest of the package feels superb. I love the adjustability of the chassis, I love the steering, I love the fact it's got a locking diff that allows me to get on the gas so early. But after 3 laps, brake pedal's getting a bit long, little bit long. But wow, for the money. And don't forget to press your RS button, people, because that turns the traction and the stability and all that rubbish off. And then then it moves around nicely. I'm sorry, Ford and Volkswagen and everyone else, this is the best front-wheel drive hot hatch I've driven on a circuit. It is mega. If you can get one of the limited edition number of these, just go and buy it. Outrageous. The fast cresty one, you shouldn't really do this, should you? But why wouldn't you? Oh. Now with this car, I'm going to leave the systems on for a lap before we do some hoonery, like we do in the normal videos, because the systems are so good, and I kind of want to know how far wide of the mark we were in terms of times earlier in the year with these two cars, i.e. this and the GT3, because that's the great rivalry, isn't it? So over the start-finish line then. What's it doing? A lot of miles an hour. It's just so alive, feels right up on its toes. Systems are doing a lot of work at the moment. And there's so much torque, you just don't expect it. What a car! We thought some of these performance cars were going to be dead a few years ago, and now we just can't get enough of them. Woo! This is my kind of end of year party. Braking performance is really good, but the initial thump doesn't quite match the Porsche to me. Maybe I'm imagining that. And here we just stay in fourth and blend it in and just use the torque. Felt there the traction was just holding me back a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. Oh, it's just a suggestion of oversteer over the crest at 110, as you do. I think that settles it, guys. It's just on a 158. Have a look what the Porsche did. That's mighty. That's really mighty. Okay, tell you what, I can do that thing I like to do where I just turn that little button and it goes off. We like off. What a weapon! What a weapon! What happens if we back it in here? Oh, that's just heavenly! What about the quick one? And it's just so balanced and so smooth. This is now fourth gear. Look how long this lasts in fourth gear. It's still going, it's still going. Fourth gear. Do me a favour. What a machine. This is why there can't be any winners, because I've just, I don't know, I mean, do you take this or do you, it's an embarrassment of riches. These cars, all of them are so good. Whoa. back to this point, but mid-engine Ferraris are supposed to be horrible, spiky things, and this just isn't. There are just no vices to this car. I'm going to say something a bit pathetic and profound, but I just don't see where this company goes from here. How do they make a better car than this? I just don't think they can. Well, a mid-engine car anyway. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, what a few days. I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it.